In this Money Talk video, I'll discuss the 4 proven ways you can quickly pay off your debt, and we're starting right now. Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Keystone Financial Academy. My name is Elliot, and if you're new to this channel, I invite you to join the community and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Also, if you want all the financial advice on this channel summarized in one place, check out my newly published textbook, the Keystone Financial Guide, which is available at the website below. Okay, let's get this video started. So one thing a lot of Americans from all walks of life have in common is that they have a lot of accrued debt. From credit cards to car loans to student loans to mortgages, nearly 80% of Americans say they owe money to someone. Now, I've made a video on personal debt and debt management in the past, and I do have a link to it in the description below, so here let's just focus on techniques to quickly pay the debt off. There are 4 approaches to talk about. The first is debt stacking, also called the debt avalanche. The second is debt snowball. The third is balance transfer, and the fourth is the consolidation loan. Let's take a look at them one at a time. The first method is debt stacking or the debt avalanche. With this method, you will rack and stack all of your non-mortgage debts according to the interest rates they charge from highest to lowest. Let's say you have 4 debt obligations. A car loan for $8,000 at 3% interest, a $26,000 student loan at 5% interest, a credit card with a $10,000 balance for 18% interest, and the leftover $4,000 IRS tax bill at 8% interest. The order of the payoff would be in the order of descending interest rate regardless of the actual amount you need to pay back. So you would arrange to pay back your credit card first, followed by the IRS bill, then the student loan, then finally the car. You would then make minimum payments on the bottom 3 debts while sinking everything you had in the 18% interest credit card balance. When that is paid off, you will work your way down to the 8% IRS bill, and so on and so forth. The advantage of this method is that by tackling the highest interest rate first, you will save quite a bit of money over the long haul. The one major downside of this approach is all psychological. Because this approach ignores the amount in favor of the interest rate, you may be stuck paying off the largest debt first, and will see very little progress initially. Eventually it will accelerate, and this is where the avalanche name comes from, but it will take a while. This method is best for the rational and mathematical folks who trust the numbers behind the technique. Most of us are not that way, however, hence the existence of this next technique I'm going to talk about. The second method is called the debt snowball. Here you will rack and stack all of your non-mortgage debts according to the amounts, but with the smallest amount first. So if we keep the same debt numbers as in the previous example, here's what we're going to have with a slight rearranging. The $4,000 IRS bill would come first, even though it's not the highest interest rate, but it is the lowest amount that you owe. Then would be the $8,000 car loan, then the $10,000 credit card balance, and finally the $26,000 student loan. You would then make the minimum payments on the bottom 3 debts while sinking everything you had in the $4,000 that you owe the IRS. When that is paid off, you work your way down to the $8,000 car loan and work on paying that off, and so on and so forth. So thus, you're essentially ignoring the interest rates. The advantage to this method is also psychological, though in a different direction. You will eliminate the smallest of the debts first, thus feeling like you're making progress, and this will encourage you to keep making payments and keep trying to pay everything off. Mathematically, of course, you may end up paying more interest in the end, as you may be ignoring the higher interest rate debt just because it's not one of the smaller amounts that you will tackle first. Debt payoff is like dieting, however. We all know what needs to be done, but whichever method is psychologically most doable and you will stick to is the one you should stick to. The third method I will discuss is the balance transfer, and this mostly applies to just credit cards. The idea here is to open up a new credit card that has a significantly lower interest rate than the current one that you have, and then transfer the balances from your old card to the new card. The end result is that you will have a certain amount of time to pay down the balance that you transferred over completely interest-free. Many of these low or even and 0% credit cards only offer this for a limited time, 6 to 12 months usually, so it can be a bit of a hassle to continuously open new lines of credit and transfer your balances and repeat the process continuously. But considering you're not going to be paying any interest in that time frame, it may be worth it, and it certainly will speed up paying down your credit card balance. Note that doing this too often will ding your credit, so look for lengthy offers of 0 or low interest APR for at least 6 months so you can really make a dent in the balance that you're trying to pay down before you have to jump again to another 0% interest rate credit card offer. The fourth and final method I'll discuss is the consolidation loan. If you have good credit, you can take out a consolidation loan from a bank or credit union that will combine all your non-mortgage debts into one loan. This really makes sense in a time of low interest rates such as now, and it's also a good idea if you have several credit cards to consolidate, as credit card interest rates are never very low unless it's a promotional rate. When you get a consolidation loan, the bank will essentially roll all of your debts into one lump sum and then issue a payoff amount for each debt separately, leaving you with just one low interest monthly payment to make. And if you maintain good discipline and don't ring up the debts again, you should be on your way to paying them off with this low interest loan. This is something, by the way, that homeowners do quite often using the home equity line of credit or the HELOC loan. Okay, so these are the essential 4 techniques to quickly pay back debt. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please consider subscribing and of course smash that like button. And for much more information on the world of finance and investing, check out my Keystone Financial Guide at the website below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all soon.